let's work on a trophy hunting arcade machine. The game plays blind. You can hear it, but you can't see it. This is my least favorite monitor to work on of all time. I have about a 50% success ratio. Let's see how this one goes. The first thing I notice is that this fuse holder seems to be kind of loose on this side. So I flipped it over and noticed that there was not continuity between both sides of the fuse. Now whenever we plug it in, it does power on, but we don't have a picture or any net glow. So, the first thing we check is the B+ voltage, which should be about 138. So this is a little high, but I don't think high enough to be causing high voltage shutdown. The flowchart says the next thing to check is this resistor right here. So let's check it out. That resistor tested it okay. So before I moved any further, I wanted to make sure that the tube itself is not the issue. So I've hooked up my tube tester. I don't get much life out of any of the guns, so let's go ahead and rejuvenate this tube. I don't think that'll fix the problem, but it needs to be done anyway. The tube tests much better after firing some monitor juice into it, but that didn't fix the issue. But I did see net glow as I was doing that, so the problem is definitely with this chassis. Let's take it out and check some of the previous repair work that was done and see if we can find any broken traces. The second thing I noticed is that this thing has had some extensive repairs done to it in the past. This entire corner had been cracked off, and the solder had been used to repair it. Oh, and it looks like the flyback exploded at some point and made a giant hole in the bottom. This pin on the flyback isn't having any continuity between here and here, let alone to the rest of the trace. A quick solder bridge gets us back in business. You also can't see it, but the trace here is lifted so that this pin does not have continuity with anything here. Another quick solder bridge. We once again have continuity. I noticed that a cap kit had been done on this previously, but some of these caps are kind of cheap and terrible. So we're going to replace those with some better quality ones. After reinstalling that chassis, we've got a pretty good looking image. Now it's time for a few cosmetics. We'll replace a couple lights, replace the locks, check the calibration on these two. We might be done. We'll secure this power supply, vacuum and spray everything out, and replace the battery on this PCB. And after getting everything put together, we have a nice looking trophy hunting arcade machine ready for sale. It is now displayed here in the showroom. Follow me to see what I fix next.